entering a portal of alchemical transformation. This is Inner Orbit with Auburn Lily. I'm your host, and today I want to dive into the medicine of the full moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Scorpio is a cauldron deep within the self, simmering with intention, bubbling with potential, swirling with starlight. Exact on Beltane, so May 1st, 2026 at 13:22 Eastern Time. This moon is a transmutation spell. We can scoop out all the rot, all the gunk, all the heaviness, all the ick, lay it on the altar of this moon, and find ourselves wholly changed. This moon demands catharsis and a complete alchemical rebecoming. Scorpio is deep, shadowy, and raw. Taurus is slow, sensual, and embodied. When the luminaries align on this axis of resource and power, intensity spikes. The moon in Scorpio draws our attention to the stark truth of the matter, while the sun in Taurus offers the medicine of embodiment as a solutionary path forward. Before we go any deeper with this full moon in Scorpio and discover what it means for you based on your sun, moon, and rising signs, I would love to share some exciting news with you. Inner Orbit with Auburn Lily broke 1,000 downloads in just 25 days, which means it's high time for a celebratory giveaway. When we launched on April 2nd, 2026, I wouldn't have dared to imagine that we would hit 1,000 plus downloads in our first month. So then when we also hit number 92 on Substack's rising list for faith and spirituality, I knew I wanted to make this giveaway even sweeter. So the 1K giveaway is officially open. Winners will be chosen and contacted on the new moon in Taurus, which is Saturday, May 16th, which also happens to be the morning of our next live exclusive gathering. So the grand prize winner is going to receive an annual subscription to Inner Orbit and a 30-minute one-on-one session with me in any of my modalities. So that's oracle readings, astrology readings, energy medicine sessions, or custom spell work. And 5 runners-up will receive a 60-day trial to Inner Orbit, which includes 2 full monthly cycles of consistent ritualized astro wisdom direct to your inbox, our Astrology of the Month community call, our monthly exclusive gathering for paid subscribers, instant access to the workshops in our exclusive archives, a monthly ritual or seasonal medicine PDF guide, and ongoing discounts on my one-on-one services and soon to be announced courses. So you can enter this giveaway by 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, May 16th. And may the odds be ever in your favor. Okay, back to La Luna. This lunation has 3 planetary rulers. Venus in Gemini ruling over the sun in Taurus, Pluto in Aquarius as the modern ruler of the moon in Scorpio, and Mars in Aries as the traditional ruler of the Scorpio moon. This is a massive overhaul in how we connect, who we connect with, how we move through the world, and what evolution we're evoking from consciousness itself. The astrology of this moment is demanding that we come face to face with the reality of who we must become to live our destiny and be honest and action oriented about what is revealed in that obsidian mirrored shadow. That we don't get fixated or entomb ourselves in a freeze response, that we move, that we shift, that we evolve, that we take aligned action from a space of inevitability, claiming the future as already ours. This first full moon since Uranus entered Gemini reminds us that reality is perhaps more malleable than we've ever allowed ourselves to believe. What we think, feel, say can become our reality with a speed that will knock us off our feet if we don't acclimate to the new atmosphere. The moon in Scorpio is enthroned, elevated by wide, gushing grand water trines with the North Node in Pisces and Jupiter in Cancer, which also form loose sextiles to the sun. Under the light of this full moon, alignment with our purpose becomes mandatory and boundary becomes vital. We're being called to designate our energy, our legacy, our harmonic fields as sacred territory and hallowed ground, to cross a threshold of demarcation that declares that any extractive, siphoning frequencies falter and disengage, and we become completely unavailable to the sharp, poison tipped claws of parasitic entities. Now more than ever, the importance of this sort of energy hygiene is at an all-time high. I'm collecting a few resources for you here to support you on your way, and these will be linked in the show notes. So, black salts for spell work, body work, and temple space. Black salts can be used for physical protection workings like warding your home or your physical body. And it can also be called upon energetically in your manifestation or spell work to enforce your boundaries in the etheric realm and create a container to hold and support your dreams. I have an article where you can get my black salt recipe as it's printed in my book, Appalachian Witchcraft for Beginners, or you can purchase a bottle of my handcrafted enchanted ritual salts. And both of those links are in the show notes for you. So, my next resource here is the book Boundaries and Protection by Pixie Lighthorse. This book is extremely supportive in your shadow work and boundary practices. I reread it every now and again just as a brush up, as an attunement to see what's coming forward. And sometimes it even surprises me. It contains scripts for difficult conversations and insights on many different types of boundaries we must hold during this lifetime. And finally, another practice that was coming forward is a cord cutting ritual. Full moons inherently support cord cutting practices because this part of the lunar cycle is in alignment with both culmination and release. It's a time to both honor and move on from places where we feel complete, stagnant, or even trapped, locked in some kind of energetic agreement we're ready to break. So while I don't have a how-to piece ready to link here for you, I do offer custom spell work, and it is one of my more popular custom offerings. So I can either prepare and ship off a kit for you to DIY or hold the ceremonial space and complete the ritual on your behalf. And then there's also like so many online resources that could walk you through step by step. I just don't personally have a resource ready for you digitized, and I don't want to point you in a direction where I haven't fully vetted the source. So now let's take a look at what the full moon is activating for you based on your sign. So, as always, you can listen for your sun, moon, and rising signs. Your rising sign really gives you an idea of what you may experience in the waking world, points to initiations, events, and tangible experiences. Your sun sign can illuminate what's alive within you, radiating from you, and coming up to be expressed. And then, if you're feeling called, tapping into your moon sign allows us to witness the emotional influence and what may be engaging our intuitive bodies. And as always, if you want a one-on-one reading, not just about this moon, but maybe about the astrology ahead, a launch that you're planning, something that you're moving through, my books are open. Okay, Aries, your affirmation is, I gaze into the depths of my innermost being with absolute love and absolute honesty. I embody the abundance that is my birthright. Taurus, I become more of myself when I honor my relationships as a sacred mirror. It is easier to be myself in all ways when I embrace a lifestyle of unconditional love. Gemini, I take conscious inventory of how I invest my energy day in and day out, of the temples I am tending and the realms that need more of my devotion. I recall my energy to myself and I move from a more resourced center. Cancer, I notice when my wounds take me out of my authenticity and embrace accountability for my energetic expression. I trust that my community is ready to receive me as I truly am in my most unmasked form. Leo, I inspect my roots for rot, pruning with precision in the name of my legacy. I can reach new heights when I'm truly clear about where there is room to grow, following the promising warm glow of actualized success. Virgo, where I have restricted, repressed, or reshaped my truth, honesty rushes free. When I share what I know to be true, I expand to receive blessings beyond measure. Libra, I wipe the haze from my eyes and see clearly my worth, my value, my resource. When I embody trust in the universe, I am supported. Scorpio, I gaze deeply into the glittering blackness of my own eyes and find the answer to the inquiry, who am I now? I allow myself to be seen in that truth, knowing that I become more of myself when I allow others to reflect my own light back to me. Sagittarius, when I allow myself to be honest about my capacity, rest becomes just as productive as action. Devotion takes many forms, and I trust that my responsibilities and my blessings are ready to meet me exactly as I am. Capricorn, I gain clarity on exactly what I bring to the table and exactly who is gathered around it receiving my offering. When I embody more of myself, I align more clearly with my community. Aquarius, my undeniable legacy requires strong, resourced roots. I drink deep from the blessings of this earth, of my lineages, tangible and intangible, and reach for the light. Pisces, I allow my spiritual beliefs to take on a new form, contouring themselves to the truths I now hold in my being. When I speak my truth, a deep clenching within me finally begins to ease. All right, y'all. Before we go, I want to tell you about a few of our upcoming events. The next one, if you're listening in real time, is tonight, Thursday, April 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are going over the astrology of May. And if you can't make it to join us live, this will be the next episode of Inner Orbit. So you can tune in on May 1st for that live replay. So yeah, at the end of every month, the Crystalline Coven gathers to wade through the frequencies of the astrology to come. This particular gathering is going to fall on Beltane Eve, so we'll most certainly get a little witchy with a group ritual. And as I said, the replay will be posted as a live episode of the podcast. So if you want to join us live, you can become a subscriber. I'll include that in the show notes for you. And then our next paid gathering is going to be Saturday, May 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern on the new moon in Taurus. I have a poll up in my Instagram stories right now if you're tuning in real time and would like to help us decide on a theme. I'll include that link again in the show notes, and I will announce the winning topic in our live Astrology of May gathering. Do a little reveal moment for y'all. As always, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you tonight. And who knows? If we hit any more milestones between now and the new moon, maybe we'll just have to add a few prizes to our giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed on Substack and follow me on Instagram for all the updates on our 1K giveaway. If you enjoy tuning in or reading over on Substack, please leave us a review. It truly helps new podcasts get off the ground. So if you're feeling called, you can leave a review either on Apple Podcasts or over on Spotify or wherever you tune in. If you're a witchy author, entrepreneur, we want to feature your wisdom on the pod. So as always, you're invited to fill out our guest application. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a beautiful full moon. Blessed be.